It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Baltimore Ravens. And it's coming up next.
Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay, we're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
What a perfect day for football. And we're underway from the bank. Deontay Hardy to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player and the most exciting player, not just at his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Lamar now from the gun. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They've got a man in motion. Lamar off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. Stepping up, and he's going to run.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 48. Complete Derrick Henry. And he goes out a little short of the 40. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They go play fake with Jackson. Andrews with the catch. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He's got it. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Putting a receiver in motion. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Any tackle for loss hurts, Kate, but they hurt that much more from a defensive back. Those guys typically are better in coverage, and you got to find a way to make them miss in the backfield.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Henry's going to try to pick it up. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown! The Ravens finish up an excellent opening series. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Justin Tucker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the Rams offense getting out there for their opening drive of the game. And leading them out to one of the game's all-time leading passers. The top pick back in 2009. Still going strong. It's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford just continues to fight off injuries, and he continues to battle Father Time. And it is remarkable. There's a lot of quarterbacks as we see him age. We see the arm fall apart. We see the wear and the tear and the velocity disappear. You're just not seeing that with Stafford. You can question how long the journey may continue, but you cannot question how productive he is when he's on that field.
Second and 6 coming up here. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Stafford. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Rams going to punt on 4th down, and they're calling Ethan Evans to the field. Jukes out a 1-stop, and he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And the Ravens will go on offense. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Lamar out of the pistol. He's on the move. Ooh, look at this. Here he goes. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Gets this one to Andrews. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Out of the gun, Henry. And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They send a tight end in motion. This is Henry on 2nd. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
That's taken in by Henry. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. The Rams headed back after their 2nd drive now. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening 1st down as they take the field a 2nd time. Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Now Stafford to throw. That one complete to Higbee. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Throwing is Stafford on 3rd. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
The Rams are set to punt. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. Man, it'll be their football. Slot receiver headed left. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, up the middle, gonna be pretty tough for this safety to make a play through all the traffic. But you want to range outside? You want to get into his domain? You better be careful because this strong safety will put you on your back.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. He's got Andrews. And he'll get it up to the 44. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, I think they like to say in baseball, clear the mechanism. And that's what you got to do. You've got to let that play go and simply move on to the next. Hey, listen, rare is the game where pass protection ever is going to win 100% of the time, so move on to the next one.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Trying again, following the sack. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
Here's Jordan Stouts coming on again to punt. And this will be his second effort of the contest. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. The Rams set to go on offense once more. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock, but what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
They'll run here with Blake Corum. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Corum again. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Moving in the right direction that time, but only 2 yards picked up, so it's 3rd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Third and long for him here. Got a man. Robinson has it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. No return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And they send a man in motion. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And they had that one contained right at the line. That was Darius Williams on the tackle.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Can I have a moment, Kate? Just a moment to marvel at how well they reacted to that play on defense. They were all over it from the start, getting behind the line to blow up a play that how many times do we see as highlight reel touchdowns going the other way?
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Now it's Lamar. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
Jordan Stout on now to punt. And they could really use a good one here. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. Third time they've called on him as he gets this away. Fair catch made here at the 30-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Rams will take possession. They've got first down from the 31. Stafford from the gun. It's complete to Higbee. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Running back sent in motion left. Throw reeled in by Higbee. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate, but the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On first down, here's Stafford. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Now Stafford again. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
To the air, 3rd and long. Along the sideline, he brings it in. They say he got the feet down too. Excellent work. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Stafford now on first down. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
On first down, they'll run. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Stafford now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. That's cut at the 4. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Defense showing blitz. Stafford. That winds up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the bank in just a moment. We're back for the second quarter. Rams in a real good spot to score. Corum does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line.
Hey, as much as I love talking about these physical matchups, right now this is psychological. This adds some layers to this 3rd down call. Do you try your hand at another run and hope it fares better? Tougher to go back to it again when it just gets stuffed.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap to Stafford. And he sails that one over the end zone.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
On comes Joshua Carty in the Rams field goal unit to try it on 4th down. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Sly's kick is up and good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Ravens trotting out their offense. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. This one's caught. It's Andrews near the sideline. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
He throws a bullet to the center of the field.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Motioning one of the tight ends. Now Jackson on 3rd down. Connects with Bateman. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Lamar throwing again. Andrews with the catch. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Jackson's gonna throw again. Gets this to Bateman. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
They'll come up 1st and 10. He finds Aguilar. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. That was Darius Williams on the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Man in motion here. Jackson yet again. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Again, it's Jackson to the air. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens now lead by 10. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens drive their lead to 11. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Well, that throw, Kate, pretty clean out of his hand. Just looked like it didn't get through the defense clean enough. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, a carry by Corum. And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
The Rams are set to punt. Ethan Evans, the one to kick it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they're going to take over possession. Baltimore running its offense out now. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. He's on the move. He's running with it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Pressure coming, it's Jackson. Finds Aguilar. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
On first down, Jackson. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. He'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. They go play fake with Jackson. Finds the in route complete. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Jared Verse on the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Play action now with Jackson. He smartly won't risk something here and just chucks it away. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This one's caught. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. It was the rookie from LSU that time on the tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the gun, Jackson. Has it in close. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens push their lead to 18. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Stafford from the gun. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Couldn't connect with Puka Nacua. And now it's 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Stafford to throw again on 2nd. He beams one deep right side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Ethan Evans back out there. They're going to punt it away again. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. He's got it at the 24. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Play fake, Jackson. This finds Likely. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's Henry on the option. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
On 2nd down, here's Henry again. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire 1st half. They drop him behind the line.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Lamar now from the gun. He's on the move. He keeps it and takes off. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
Working inside the red zone. Bateman hauls it in. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage, or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Now here's Lamar. This throw is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore! Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They are just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared and, more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens grow their lead yet again. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Rams headed out to the field now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Throwing now on first down, Stafford. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
All right, here we go, second down. They fake the handoff now, Stafford. He throws a bullet deep to the right. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
That's Cup on the slant. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 17. And that's a Los Angeles touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Rams make it an 18-point game. The Rams kicking team is ready. Then they're going to send this one away. Kickoff taken at the 3. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now, after that return, we've got an injured player getting some assistance as we momentarily step aside. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. Lamar off the play fake. He's got Andrews. They get 22 on that one. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. From the gun, a run for Henry. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Now Jackson off the play action. That's complete. He got the feet down, but he goes out right at the line of scrimmage. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Ravens pushing for a bigger lead before halftime. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Play action. Here's Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. Smith back to receive it. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Rams have their work cut out for them on this drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. Cup on the catch. They'll have him gain about a handful there. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
From the 22 on 2nd down. And down he goes. The Ravens defense gets it done. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. A give to Corum. Oh, he lost the football. But a Ram found his way to the football first, and they avoid the turnover. Whew. Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. 4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The Ravens ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And I know we're normally discussing his work leading the passing game, but wow, we've really had to take note of what he's done on the ground. He's leaned into that part of his game early. On 1st down, Jackson. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
Oh, man, those defensive players hate slippery quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. He evades them long enough to turn a potential loss into positive yardage.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Ravens call in on Justin Tucker for the field goal. This a 39-yarder from the left hash. Tucker's kick is up and good. And that stretches the lead to 21.
Well, nothing to critique there. Good snap, good hold, and he puts it through to pay off the drive with 3 points.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Chooses to bring this one out. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we've reached halftime here in Baltimore. The Ravens flying into the break with a lead. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a terrific first half from the dual-threat quarterback, Lamar Jackson. He threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another, as his guys have the lead at halftime.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Out come the Rams on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play.
Man, the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap to Stafford. That's on target, Puka Nacua. And that will not be enough for a first down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Second half starts with a run by Williams. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
They go with Williams on the counter. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 37. He'll get this to Cup. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop.
Whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front and to give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
Stafford now on third down. Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Stafford now. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
On second down, a run with Williams. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
And the Ravens go in nickel, third down. Stafford from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
Awareness. That's what I call it, okay? Awareness. You got to have a game awareness and understand the situation. Third and long, you should never take a sack. Put the ball in play or throw it away, but don't take a sack in that situation.
The Rams are set to punt. And this is going to put them up to 6 punts today. The punt's away, and this one looking good. Angled this one for the sideline. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The Ravens are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns. Good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can. Putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They go play fake with Jackson. Gets this to Bateman. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Trying down the middle with Henry. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First down, and they go right back to him. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Here's 2nd and 14. This finds likely. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. He's on the move. He tucks it and takes off. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
First down, ball at the 36. Play action now with Jackson. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 27 on the play. And now they have a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Henry. Has the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens push their lead further to start the half. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens continue piling on to this lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Now this offense getting set to work here. And this has become must-score territory now every time out as they trail by a full 4 possessions in this second half. On first down, here's Stafford. Able to hit Robinson, complete.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Second down now, 7 to go. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's third down.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Here's Stafford. Finds his target, Robinson. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12 there. And it brings up an LA first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Williams now on 1st and 10. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
From just shy of midfield on 2nd down. Hits him on the out route. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Give to Williams from the gun. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Stafford. That's taken in by Cup. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Throwing is Stafford on 3rd. Got a man. Robinson has it. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Punt team on the field. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Lamar off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even though there's a lot of game time left here, Kate, this just feels like a must for the defense. A little bit of desperation. You cannot allow this offense to find the end zone again, in a massive sack on 1st down. Well, that's the right way to begin this series defensively.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Into the hands of Likely. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. The Rams showing a nickel look. 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. That's caught for the 1st. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
On 1st and 10, it's Henry. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Putting a receiver in motion. This is Henry on second. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Lamar now from the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Well, most drives should end right there, but they beat the defense and convert on 3rd and 17.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
First and 10, here's Jackson. Completed over the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. He's still going at the 30. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
All set up now for 1st and 10. One of the tight ends motioning right. First down, here's Lamar. Andrews with the catch. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Aguilar, the receiver in motion right. Out of the gun, Henry. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's the Ravens with possession and a big enough lead already. They can probably coast the rest of the way. They're now set for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens continue piling it on here in the 4th. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens tack on 7 more to their lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Their offense running back out now. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. He'll get this to Cup. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Hits him on the in route. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Stafford from the gun. Throw reeled in by Whittington. And they make the tackle at the 38. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Now Stafford again. Finds the in route complete. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Give him 13 on that play. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Stafford now on 1st down. Little off-center. His man just couldn't adjust to it. Looking for his wide receiver there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Stafford to throw again on 2nd. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
From the gun, a carry by Williams. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Stafford now on 3rd down. And he finds him in the end zone for an LA touchdown. The Rams making the scoreboard look a touch better. Cooper Kupp the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Cardi now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Rams cut the lead down to a more manageable 28 points. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Hardy on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
It's a gain of 2. They're left with 4th and 7. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. Jordan Stout's the one to send it away. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. No return on that punt. And the Rams will take possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Stafford back to throw. His pass caught by Nakua. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
Second and 3. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Throw reeled in by Higbee. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Finds his target, Robinson. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
from just shy of midfield on second down. Able to find Nakua here. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First down, ball at the 36. Up the gut they go with Williams. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
On second down, it's Williams again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Ravens bring an extra DB out there. Third down coming up. Now Stafford to throw. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it, thinking interception to be had, and incompletion still pretty good for the defense.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Going for it, it's Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs.
These 4th down runs, it's all about want to and will. Want to keep it conservative offensively, try to move it across, but that defense was having none of it. And now they get themselves off the field.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. It's Henry on the counter. And he's tackled for a short gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
This defense may have been headed the wrong way initially on that counter run, but they never lost contain. As that play shifted back, they flowed with it and caught him before he could break it up the sideline.
On second down, here's Henry again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7. Running once more with Henry. Broke through the tackle. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. It'll be a gain of 5, so that brings up 4th and 2.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be their football. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Throwing now, Stafford. He gets this one to Nakua. And he'll get it up to the 27. Second and 3 now. From the 27. Cup on the catch. And he's brought down for a loss.
Now that is a potential drive killer. Defenders all over that one and kept him from getting vertical after the catch.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Still sticking with the passing game. That one complete to Whittington. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
On first down, here's Stafford. Throwing the out route complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
From midfield on second down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
To throw, Stafford. Dump off caught by his back. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
Straight ahead with Williams. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. The right call came in at the right time, give him 9 yards and a successful conversion on 4th.
That's a pretty clear plan of attack by the back from the very start. Found the lane quickly, didn't hesitate, knew exactly what he needed to get past the marker.
Throwing now on first down, Stafford. That's taken in by Cup. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Rams hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Stafford from the gun. He'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. Has it at the 7. And he drives this forward to the 6. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
First down from the red zone. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams putting up points in a game decided. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate. And I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Cardi now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Rams cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21. Well, don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And no dice on this kick. The Ravens recover. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it. Even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
New set of downs for him from the 46. A give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he'll get this forward, and he's stopped at the 37. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Another run for Henry. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
So it ends as a win for the Ravens. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Baltimore.